a day later, after skipping through this book and playing with the Spectrum a bit, I have noticed a couple things. So this is the fancy collector's edition casebound manual that you don't get in the box. This is the one that you do get in the box. Quite a difference. But one thing this big book here doesn't tell you, or doesn't have, is this. I've just been testing this, and this doesn't have a home button. And I'd never paid enough attention to realise that the Spectrum actually has a home button on the back as well as a power button on the back. So I was flicking through this, trying to work out how you get a home button without the button on the joystick or joypad, so you could rewind games. And this part here is not in this big chunky book. I know this is just like an initial setup thing, but you know, you might not use it for a while, you might forget. You're probably going to put this away in the box and forget about it. This is the complete manual we've got after all. But this, all this information here is repeated in here, but it doesn't have this diagram and some of the information in here. I mean, this is an introduction, this is a manual, so I guess it's not meant to repeat it, but it pretty much repeats everything else. It's just a bit more in depth. All this information here, all of this is in this book, just not this diagram, which I think is a bit silly, really. I think that's a bit of an omission, because I know you've already got it plugged in, you know about it, but it'd be nice to have it in there to make it complete. And then the other thing I've noticed, so you can, this is one you can buy. This comes in the box. You can also go on the Retrogames website and download a 66-page PDF. And what that basically is essentially about that much of the book. It's essentially all of the instructions. It starts with the instructions on what you can do with it, how you set it up, blah blah blah, and then it goes into the individual games. But if you were to download the PDF from the Retrogames website, you would have the first 66 pages of this book. They're numbered differently because this has got blanks and end pages and things, but you would have the first 66 pages of this book, and the rest of the book is a section for each game. The Great Escape, for example, and it tells you how to play it. And that's basically what all the rest of the book is after that initial 60 odd pages, which is exactly the same as you get in the download you can get for free on the Retrogames website. But all the rest of it here is also word for word, picture for picture, available on the Retrogames website. It's not a download or PDF, but all this information is available on the Spectrum support page, telling you how to play each game, and it is literally word for word and picture for picture what you've got in here. So basically this puts it all in your hand, and it looks really nice on the shelf, and you can sit there and read it, and you don't have to be in front of the computer. But you can actually get everything in this for free. You can download the 66 page, which is the first part of it, and then everything else is available on the Retrogames website, word for word. So yeah, this is nice to have for reference, although I was actually just looking for something related to how I get the home button, and it didn't tell me that. That didn't tell me. This did. I know I should have paid more attention when I set it up, but for all that, I don't know why they didn't just put this section in, because all this is here. This is explained a lot more, but these words are all there. It's just that diagram. I think that's an omission myself, because that really would make this complete. But without that, this, which isn't cheap, is not a complete replacement for this. And you could lose this. I mean, there's nothing to it really. Or you could just put it in the box, put the box in your garage. You haven't got it anymore. Like I said, it's not that important, but it doesn't feel complete without having that in it to me. So that's my only slight annoyance with it. But the other thing is, like I say, you can get all of this for free. This whole thing. You don't need the case-bound one. You don't need the paperbound one. The paperback one. You can download a 66 PDF and then you can view every other word of it on the Retrogames website. This just puts it all in the palm of your hand in a really, really nice package. You can put it on the shelf. It will look like that. But it's not actually essential to actually have this thing, to have every word that's in it available to you. So maybe we shouldn't complain about it not being in the box, because it's all available for nothing. You could actually get all of the information for this before you even buy the Spectrum to learn everything about it, apart from this telling you where the power button is, where the home button is. I know you'll have it in front of you, but it just annoys me that that's not there, because this is such a nice thing to have. And it's slightly incomplete because of that, I would say. But yeah, you can get every word and every picture of this for free, if you don't mind not having it all in one package in your hand.